everyone, and long live Blood Bowl!
Yes, that's right, Jim. Another exciting encounter is about to get underway.
Should be a classic, Bob. I spoke to the ref earlier on, and he says he'll be looking to keep a low profile. If this doesn't end up in a massacre, I'm a goblin.
Oh, you're safe for today, Jim. They're in for a hiding.
Here we go again for another bloodbath.
The player has got the ball, and now he's the main target.
Slime balls, diseases, rotting flesh. To some, it's a beautiful sight, Bob.
Don't forget the smell, Jim.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me. I didn't notice that pungent, acrid stench of death and bile. God, bleh!
Ouch! Oh, he's knocked him senseless.
You're assuming, then, that he had something between his ears to begin with. Nurgle, Nurgle, Nurgle. Why are Nurgle teams always so popular, Bob?
Because all their fans are infected, Jim.
What finish, what style, what perfection.
What a hammer blow!
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now.
The defender was made to look stupid there. You remember Rudog Ironhead?
Of course, leading player for the Chaos All-Stars.
That massive armored body and those razor-sharp metallic claws?
During a stormy game with the Valkyries, he proved to be an excellent lightning rod.
That's one regulation clobbering. That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of a mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen.
He made picking that ball up look easy.
Ouch! Have a nice sleep.
Little baby gets his medicine and he's having a little nap. Looks like there was some bad blood between those two, eh, Bob?
Yeah, Jim. Something to do with swapped body parts.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving Blood Bowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck.
He did him with the old, you look that way, I go the other.
That's a technical term.
It's in the handbook. Great pass.
Textbook stuff. What violence!
Yes, it's a great spectacle, Bob. It's so nice to hear the cracking of bone.
Oh, yeah, reminds me of the good old days.
When a man was a man and a fracture was a fracture. Well, there's a rumor going round that the freelance ogre Morgan Thorg, ex-captain of the Chaos All-Stars, may be making a comeback.
Oh, just to think about his career stats make me go weak in the knees. 50 touchdowns by Goblin foes, 50 running touchdowns, and incredibly, an amazing 617 dead or injured.
Yep, he's the only living player to have made it onto the Wall of Fame. You can't say much about that.
Full-blooded, but perfectly legal. Ouch! Right in the face. The other guy couldn't dodge that one.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard. That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the '91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him.
Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules? If it wasn't for the blood flowing from his nose and mouth, you'd swear he was having a rest. Well, that's one with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one. Poetry in motion.
What we'd like to see
More often. Did you know the Nurgle rotters went missing in the Sea of Ice in '88?
That's right, Bob. They drifted for years, all the players frozen stiff in huge blocks of ice.
Until some local fishermen boarded the vessel and brought it southward. Once defrosted, they were quickly back in business.
That's right, Bob. By the time the boat arrived back to shore, the crew had become devoted fans. The ship's captain transformed into a beast of Nurgle. It looks like nothing can stop the Nurgle's rotters.
The ball's in play.
He's got a hand to the ball.
Yeah, now he's looking around for support.
finally, there's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
Yeah, but from his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation.
Here we go, Nurgle style again, Bob.
Who can argue with some high-quality infectious foul play, Jim?
Indeed, Bob. Sure is funny to see the opposition trying to stay healthy when they play against a Nurgle team.
That's true, Jim. I think we're lucky commentating and watching the game from afar, Jim.
I don't know if he really liked that uppercut.
He may not have liked it, but he certainly ate it.
This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family. The mutants! With feet coming out of their backs, a fifth eye, and other bodily parts.
Oh, God.
Especially Margot Thumgrin.
Yeah, I remember him. His head so resembled a ball, he was decapitated by a black orc from the gouged eye. Yes, it was one of the rare occasions when a team ran in 2 touchdowns with a single play.
You think he'll be able to get up after that blow, Jim?
Oh, yes. He's not the sort to stay down.
The mutants! With feet coming out of their backs, a fifth eye, and other bodily parts.
Oh, God.
Especially Margot Thumgrin.
Yeah, I remember him. His head so resembled a ball, he was decapitated by a black orc from the gouged eye. Yes, it was one of the rare occasions when a team ran in 2 touchdowns with a single play.
Oh, brilliant side kick to the face. Let's see that again in slow motion.
That hurt. Good job his nose got in the way.
Yeah, otherwise he'd have got it full in the face. as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly. It's really ugly. He sent him down for a chat with the Astro Granite.
You have to be counted to 10 to be officially knocked out.
In his case, I think that they could count to 5,000, and it wouldn't change a thing. We don't see much of the Heroes of Lore these days.
I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the Heroes of Lore hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them.
Now, there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry.
Already halftime? I just hope they come out for the second half with a more combative spirit.
Yeah, the coaches will have fine-tuned their dosages of medication.
That's it. The ball's in play. There's gonna be trouble. The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away.
That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge. Wow, I can tell you straight, that hurts.
Boom! In the face, and then followed by a clean uppercut. Well done!
Clean take up there, nothing to say.
And I don't have any remark to add, my friend.
Did you know one of the most unsportsmanlike Nurgle teams out there is the Decayed Renegade?
Oh, yeah, Jim. And they have a large appetite for foul play.
Let's hope for some of that action today, Bob.
Indeed, Jim.
The referees guild has decided to hire a bodyguard for each game.
Another brilliant idea. And just how effective will one bodyguard be against a stadium full of supporters?
True, could be a bit one-sided. Ejected like a wisp of straw. He won't live long.
You're telling me the hooligans are gonna have a field? I think she's singing him a lullaby.
And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway. Do you think he'll be able to get up after that blow, Jim?
Oh, yes. He's not the sort to stay down. Well, there's a rumor going around that the freelance ogre Morgan Thorg, ex-captain of the Chaos All-Stars, may be making a comeback.
Oh, just to think about his career stats make me go weak in the knees. 50 touchdowns by Goblin Throwers. 50 running touchdowns, and incredibly, an amazing 617 dead or injured.
Yep, he's the only living player to have made it onto the Wall of Fame. It's a beautiful sight, Bob.
Don't forget the smell, Jim.
Oh, really? Thanks for reminding me. I didn't notice that pungent, acrid stench of death and bile. God, bleh! I don't know if he really liked that uppercut.
May not have liked it, but he certainly ate it.
Down and quite stunned, apparently.
Oh, a few slaps in the face and anybody can wake up instantly. In a game as physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly. It's really ugly. Blood Bowl is reputedly the toughest of all sports.
So they say. But it really only comes down to taking a few hits.
What? Right on the schmozzle.
He'll have a bit of trouble blowing his nose from now on. Ouch! Oh, he's knocked him senseless.
You're assuming then that he had something between his ears to begin with.
I doubt he'll be taking any further part in the match after that.
No, we've still got 2 legs.
A recent medical report stated that cerebral hemorrhages were less frequent in Blood Bowl players. Amazing when you come to think of it.
Not really, when you consider that brains are also less frequent. It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard.
He checked that move.
Made him look stupid to me. I've heard of teams that have simply disappeared after being abandoned by their supporters.
Let's say that some teams who haven't won a match for several years have been tied up by their fans and thrown into rubbish containers.
It's the only way to end a downward spiral.
That's one regulation clobbering. When he comes round, he'll be seen double.
If he comes around.
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now.
Nurgle. Why are Nurgle teams always so popular, Bob?
Because all their fans are infected, Jim.
The players are positioned and we're off. Just look at the fans. They're red hot. A majority of supporters reckon that the league should take measures to prevent the small minority of peaceful fans from watching a match from the terraces.
They've got a point. If they don't want to join in the fun, they might as well stay home and watch it on Cablevision. That reminds me of when I took Griff to bits in the 91 final against Reichland.
Oh, yeah. You kneecapped him.
They certainly put a lot of energy into it, but if they want to win, they should spend less time pumping iron and more time on their agility game. This team has made terrific progress as the possession figures show. However, they're still lacking in flair up front, aren't they, Jim?
True, Bob, but if the coach gets out from the stadium alive, I hope that he'll find some way to teach them that playing from side to side is nowhere as effective as playing the ball upfield. Well, at least there's one who can look himself in the mirror after the match.
Yeah, he was the best player on the pitch.
They had them under pressure for the whole of the match, and I reckon I could count the incursions out of their own half on the fingers of one hand.
Blood Bowl just ain't what it used to be. Nobody doped to the eyeballs.
It's just not entertainment. I don't know if the ref has got enough room to write down the names of all those he sent off.